Now, in the Eastern religions, the Hindus, Buddhists, and so forth, there are 7 chakras along the spine, and these 7 chakras categorize consciousness. Each kind of consciousness is received by that chakra, and by that chakra only. It's like a radio receiver. If you have your radio on one station, it can only receive that frequency. It can't receive another station. And these 7 points of consciousness are, the first chakra has to do with survival. Anything that you do for survival, could be working, making money, you could be defending yourself in some way. The second chakra has to do with sex. The third chakra has to do with ego. You can see as we move up, the situation becomes more complex. When you get to the third chakra, for example, ego itself, that's a very complex situation. Anything that you could say is mine, for example. You could say my car, but you could also say my philosophy could exist in that third chakra. The fourth chakra has to do with love, pure compassion, not the kind of love you might have for a friend or something like that, a relation. A pure compassion and love for all beings. The fifth chakra has to do with abundance, and that means your life becomes more miraculous. You're just thinking about something, and wow, there it was, and I was just going to go here for something, and it worked. Everything works better, and things appear at the right time. That's the chakra of abundance. There's a whole Buddhist cult, Buddhist sect, I guess. They chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. They all sit around and they chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and they vibrate. That's to vibrate, that it creates a vibration. It's just like the sound Om. When you make the sound Om, Om. When you go Nam Myoho, it makes that same sound. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam. And what it is, they're trying to vibrate this chakra very intensely. Because why? Because they're all into money. They come back every week to their meetings and they talk about all the money that they're making, all the success they're having in life. There's a lot of religions like that, where there's a guy on TV that Mike Murdoch, and he's totally into money. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with money, but I mean, it's supposed to be the added thing. It's not supposed to be the focus. You get it added to this higher consciousness. When we move up to this chakra, this is the sixth chakra, the third eye. This is where you actually contact other planes. You go out onto the astral plane, the causal plane. And psychics, they use this chakra to see their psychic phenomena. And the last chakra has to do with universal consciousness, leaving the body and uniting with the universal consciousness. And each chakra becomes, you can see, becomes much more complex. This chakra is 16 petal lotus, and 32 petal lotus, 64 petal lotus, and this one is 1,000 petal lotus to show the relative complexity. So these are interested in these chakras. Now, when we meditate, we keep our attention on this third eye. And a lot of people say, well, I tried to meditate, it didn't work. My mind was, they think that you're trying to stop your mind, or you're trying to attain some great relaxed state. Stopping your mind and relaxing are byproducts of meditation. They're not the purpose of meditation. The purpose of meditation is simply to be aware, to simply, you can find these points on your spine. You can feel them. That they have a feeling. When you put your finger right here and just, can you feel that spot? Of course, you can feel it. There's something there. There's some kind of receiver there. And you can feel it. And when you meditate, you just try to keep that receiver open and just be receptive and just watch. Just witness what is going on. Your mind will be racing. Our minds are racing all day long. And you can just watch it racing. Just simply watch it. And the watching is the thing. And watch when you go away. If the phone rings and you go answer the phone, then you're not this chakra, you're taking care of some business. So then you went away. So then you notice that and go back to nurture it. And then the nurturing is the meditation and the awareness and noticing that, developing that witness all the time. So that you never lose the witness. And the witness becomes so stronger than your life itself. The witness becomes so developed and you start having all kinds of miraculous experiences. So it always works. It works. All you got to do, this is a technique that always works. You could read the Bible, and so many people, they go studying scriptures and going to Bible school, and so many people have theology degrees, and they still don't really understand that it's just a crystal set. Turn the crystal on and just let it work. Experience. Don't read about it. Experience it. And the other technique I want to talk about is the keeping the chakras clear. That's called grounding. You don't want to hang on to anything. You want to be able to get rid of any kind of data that's on that spine. So what a technique is that, like if you're sitting down, you can imagine a ball of light at the base of your spine and a ball of light above your head. And you connect the two balls of light, and you've got a lightning rod for the spine. And since you can feel physically, you can feel these chakras, and you become more sensitive, but it's very easy to feel it. You can feel when something's hanging on to a chakra. Mostly you're going to want to clear those lower chakras, because you can be walking down the street feeling on top of the world. You walk around the corner, and all of a sudden you feel, gee, what happened? And what happens is you walk by some negative person, some negative situation, and now you have to clear that. So that lightning rod works great. If you're standing up, you can imagine the lightning, the ball of light inside the earth, at the center of the earth, and one above your head, and connect. That's a very powerful grounding. So these two techniques, keeping the spine clear and developing the witness through meditation, will change your life. I guarantee it. The first time you try it, in 10 minutes, not 10 years. So this is the thing, that most people spend their whole life in those lower three chakras. They don't even know what it is up here, particularly Westerners. They don't even know what. I never knew about it. I was told about these techniques back in about 1980, and it completely changed my life. Another thing I was going to mention is Osho, O-S-H-O, is on YouTube. You can watch all his videos. He was a guru from India who came to the United States back in the 80s, and he had an ashram up in Oregon, and he was quite controversial at the time, and but now he's regarded very highly in India, is taking on quite a saintly status, because totally with what he's got a kind of a strange technique, strange way of presenting things. Like he says, God is a four-letter word, and God has never existed, God is dead. But then he says, and thank God, stuff like that. So you have to kind of work through his processes, his techniques. But he was quite a charismatic character. You might want to check out some of those videos on YouTube. O-S-H-O. So I guess that's about all I have to say. If I think of something else, I'll make another video. So long.